The Warriors are 2-0 in preseason. Beat the Clippers. Last night they beat the Kings. 28 threes made. It would be a regular season record for this Warriors. One off the all-time NBA made threes in a game. However, is this masking something bigger? We're not going to make 28 threes a game. Great night. We beat the Kings. But how do we do on defense? How was our half-court offense? What did Steve Kerr think? Terry Stouts coming over here helping shape this offense. Now that we're over the shock and awe of 28 threes, we're going to deep dive into some of the key players and what they're saying in their post-game press conferences. Randy Silver here, Warriors Digest. You want all your Warriors news daily? We got it for you right here. Before we dive into it, I want to just say thank you to everybody who left comments about making sure I stayed safe, checking in during Hurricane Melton that hit Florida. Here in the land of Florida, we're good to go. I'm here in Orlando because I go to the Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting at Full Sail University. Goal is to be an on-air anchor or play-by-play for sports. And I'm getting it from a lot of former ESPN people teaching me why I'm in Orlando. Orlando was safe from the hurricanes. We just had a bunch of wind and rain, no terrible damages. But west coast of Florida was hit really hard. East coast of Florida was hit with tornadoes. So it was a tough day to be in Florida yesterday. Thankfully, I'm safe. Thank you to all the first responders, everybody. Didn't lose power. Able to do the video last night. We got the video for you now. So thank you. Please subscribe. I'm here for you. You see I'm doing it through the thick and thin. And just subscribing and commenting means the world. Thank you so much. So let me actually share a comment, which is going to be the basis of our conversation today. Let me move my camera. And this is from Kevin McLean. Longtime viewer, Kevin, thank you so much. He's always very honest and transparent with what he says. And this was his comment on yesterday's video. This game was proof the Warriors are doomed. The defense was terrible. Could not contain anything. Couldn't keep opponents off the offensive glass. Kings got so many wide open layups and dunks due to defensive breakdowns. Meanwhile, Warriors needed to have probably their best shooting night they will have all season just to keep the game tied. They weren't open threes either. Many of them highly contested. Warriors' half-court offense wasn't generating much easy shots. I'm shocked at all the positive comments here. Kevin, thank you for your comment and transparency. I appreciate it. And I said this a bit last night, but I needed to, I was very excited. I wanted to make sure to say what I said with the 28 threes because that's big. And that's a high-volume three offense. But he's right. And I said that. When you look at the game stats, where are we at? The rebounding, look how many rebounds we had. 33 to 41. Not terrible. Down 8. When you look at the offensive rebounds, they beat us 8 to 4. Too many offensive rebounds. And then you look at points off the conceded turnovers, 22 to 12. We shot 52 threes to make 28. 53% from 3. That's not going to happen every game where you make 28 threes, they make 7. So you get another 52 points basically off of threes than they did. If you take that away, they win the game. And again, we won by 10. So he's right. You got to do better half-court offense. Yes, the half-court offense goal is to set up some of these threes, but they weren't easy threes, contested threes. On defense, it's a bonus. In that first half was getting easy layups. Fox was getting in the paint. DeMar DeRozan, I was about to say Buddy Hield. He's our team now. DeMar DeRozan did the pick and roll with Sabonis and was making mid-range, made it look easy, the king of the mid-range game. So the question is, Steve Kerr, how do you think your team did taking the threes out of the component?
Gave up several back cuts in the first half, a couple more in the second. They picked us apart a little bit with their execution. And I thought, we're trying some things in camp, and we had game plan. At this stage in preseason, we're not going to be game plan specific. It's more about concepts. So there were some things that we gave up that we probably, could have prepared for better. But I didn't love the overall defensive execution, especially in the first half. I think we gave up like 68. And then, of course, none of their starters played in the second half, so the game got a little bit easier. So the point total, they scored 44 in the second. That doesn't mean we were great defensively. They took their best guys out. So we've got a lot of improvement to make at that end, but I like our defensive personnel, and we'll keep working. We'll get there.
I love what Steve Kerr said there. Again, honestly, if you look at the stats for the Kings, Sabonis, DeRozan, Murray, Fox, Ellis, nobody played the second half, as he said. And they were, if we go to right here, they were up 2 at the end of the first half, 68-66. And they didn't play the second half. So you basically played against bench warmers and rookies, two-way players trying to make it. And we should have won that game because who we have playing the second half? Kuminga started, Podziemski started, Jackson started, Hield started, Moody started. Not the game, the second half. And then if you look at our stats again across the board, everybody got in. You see Spencer Beekman. They played basically garbage time last couple minutes of the game. Same with Quinten Post. But Waters, Jackson, Santos, Anderson, Hield, Payton, Melton, Moody all played big minutes in the second half. And they're all players who've played big minutes in NBA games before. So we should have won that game. But the fact that we weren't doing well defensively, and again, I like what he said that you're not scheming for a team right now. You're putting your concepts in, especially as you have new players coming in. He'll be playing a lot of minutes. Melton will be. Anderson will be. Waters is earning his way, and those are new players to this organization. They got to learn the schemes. They got to learn how to play around Draymond, around Steph, play with Kuminga, etc., etc. So, not ideal that we gave up so many points in that first half. Better in the second half, but you weren't playing the top level talent, and they know that. The good thing is we play the Kings again tomorrow, Friday, and you can see how do you improve on that scenario. Sabonis, Looney's got to do a better job. Trayce Jackson-Davis got to do a better job. Kuminga was trying to stay in front of DeMar DeRozan, but his mid-range game is elite, and he just did a better job there. Fox, that could be a Melton. That could be GP2. Wiggins did not play last game. When he's back, he's usually on Fox. Be able to stop him. When Malik Monk comes off the bench, Moody may be in that position. Kuminga, Wiggins, again, we got to do a better job at on-ball defense, not let the Kings get offense and get easy plays. Now, the good thing was the threes. We shot a lot of threes, made them. 28 threes made, again, would be a record. What does Steve Kerr think about the volume of threes from his team?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of a slow burn. You know, it's really a gradual process. The league has changed so dramatically. I think Mike D'Antoni changed everything with the Suns back in 04 to 2010, whatever it was, that run where he started playing smaller and spacing the floor and shooting a lot of threes. But since that time, over the last 15 years or so, everybody is shooting more and more and more and more threes. So the math just doesn't add up. If especially for us, we're not a team that gets to the free throw line much. So it'd be hard for us to win a lot of games unless we shoot high volume threes. And what I like about this team is I think we have, even though we've lost Clay, we have more shooting depth. We have I think more guys who can step in from one night to the next and make threes. So it'll be a big part of our team for sure.
I love that he is a basketball historian. Going back to the Phoenix Suns in the mid-2000s when you had Steve Kerr on the pick and roll and they became quicker, faster, get the ball up across half court, shoot it before there's 16 seconds left. Now everyone's shooting threes. Of course, the Warriors revolutionized it. League is getting a bit bigger while Warriors are trying to stay a bit smaller. Draymond Green, potentially your 5. Kuminga, your 4. Wiggins, your 3. Melton, BP, your 2. Steph, your 1. No one's over 6'6", 6'7" at that point. Small team. You got a 1B, you got a Chet, you got an Embiid, you name it, bam, it's not going to work. You're going to need Looney. You're going to need TJD to be able to really help the team out in that scenario. Now, speaking of people who shot the ball really well, Jonathan Kuminga. He made 4 threes, and it was catch and shoot. He wasn't thinking about it. He was playing quicker, and that's exactly what Kerr said he wanted to see from Kuminga. Play quicker, be more decisive. Here are his thoughts post-game.
Shoot it, and especially if he's going to be a 3 with Draymond and Loon or Trayce. So JK did a nice job running the floor and got in some foul trouble, but all in all had a nice game. Yeah, he
Look what he said right there, especially if he's a 3 with Draymond and then Loon or Trayce at the 5, Draymond at the 4. Kerr wants Kuminga, he said it many times, to be the 4. But if you're the 3, that means you're on the wing, Your shooting guard is either Brandin or Melton potentially. Wiggins is not in the game, so if you're the 3, you got to be one, guarding their best probably shooting guard, their best scorer, and then 2, you got to do it yourself. So if he can be in the corner, make the threes, pick and pop. If you miss it, sure, it happens. People miss threes, but be decisive in what you're doing, and that's what the Warriors need from him. Now, what does JK think about his own performance?
You hit a few catch and shoot tonight. You had plenty last year, but I know you talked about wanting to get your percentage up. How good does just the straight catch and shoot feel for you, right?
I worked on it all summer, and I'm still working on it until now. And I'm just taking the ones that open, I'm taking the better ones with my feet set, because I know I'll make them. So I'm not overthinking about taking them. And actually, Coach want me to take the ones that open and not think about it, because the more you don't think about it, the more you make them. So that's just my goal too.
I love what he said there. If you don't think about it, you're going to make them. Just shoot it and let it go. And we broke this down last night. The great pass by BP, faking out Alex Lynn, getting him up in the air. Kuminga moving to the hole, vision with BP, and then boom, makes it. That's what he's got to do consistently. That's what he worked on all summer, and you can see some improvements in his game. Now, someone who's been a killer from 3 his whole career is Buddy Hield, new to the Warriors, coming over from Philly, was with the Kings. He's the Kings' all-time three-point makes leader. 6 threes yesterday. Looks like he's grooving in this new offense. What are his thoughts?
Just play. I think players makes it differently. And I think that you have the mindset of being unselfish. That carries over a lot. I think the Warrior system, they always preach being unselfish, and I think that once you preach that coming in training camp and just playing for the others and sacrificing, I think that trickle down the line and shooting the shot is open and making the right play for your teammate, and good things come from that.
Love what he said there. Be unselfish, find open man, make the right play. That's been a hallmark of the Warriors since before Steve Kerr with Mark Jackson. Obviously, Steve Kerr really revolutionized that, helping us win those 4 championships. For Buddy, he's going to get those threes, because when Curry's got the ball, when Wiggins has got the ball, when Kuminga's got the ball, when BP's got the ball, and they're driving to the basket, he'll be sitting there, top of 3 in the corner, and just catch and release. What he does great. What he's really good at. He's number 1 in threes the past 5 years. Number 1 in threes made more than Steph Curry. Yes, Steph Curry had that 1 year he was hurt. That's kind of why. But still, that makes him number 2 if Curry's not there. Now, the thing, though, is can Buddy Hield stay on the court in late-game situations and play good defense? Not been the hallmark of his career, and only time will tell. So that takes you kind of over the key plays, the key players, key quotes from the game. Again, they play again tomorrow. The focus for me is turnovers. You got to be below 15. We had 14. Can't give up points off of turnovers. We need to be quicker on turnovers. And the threes made, expect that to be around 50 a game, which, yes, is a lot. So, folks, again, comment your thoughts on the Warriors. What do you think about the game? What do you think about their season? What do you think about what Kevin said? Let me bring it up one more time. Again, kind of the basis of what the conversation was, like being honest. Hey, yes, we made a lot of threes, but as Kerr said, defensive breakdowns, being right place at the right time, making sure we're on the boards, everything in between. So comment all your thoughts. Go ahead and check out Kevin's comment, of course, and we will be with you on a future Warriors episode. Again, season's here. We're putting out episodes daily. Subscribe so you don't miss anything. And again, thank you for all the appreciation around the hurricane. Warriors bleed. They can't stop us. Let's get it.